I really appreciate being able to share my content with y'all, and I thank you for the views. You can help support the NBS Welding YouTube channel if you can comment on my videos, give them a like, share them to somebody if you think you know somebody that'd be interested in them. Also, these t-shirts are for sale. If you'd be interested in buying an NBS Welding t-shirt, that will help us out. They're $25 plus shipping. Send Tina an email request if you'd like a t-shirt. nbswelding@aol.com. You can email Tina and she'll let you know what your shipping cost is when she finds out where you're at. Also, NBS Welding now has a Facebook page. If you're one of the people that does Facebook, give us a follow on Facebook and check us out there on Facebook and give us likes and comments on our posts there. We're getting some stuff put up now. It's kind of new, but we're getting it going. In the description of my YouTube videos, there are links to our affiliates like ARCCAPTAIN Welders and FitVille Shoes, and there's a link to our Amazon storefront. Now, with the vendors like ARCCAPTAIN and FitVille, we have a promo code, and you help the channel when you buy products and use that promo code, and you also get a discount. So that helps out. And if you buy anything on Amazon and you use our link to get to Amazon, that also helps us out a little bit. So I want to thank y'all for watching, and remember, learn how to work with what you got. That way you always have everything you need. All right, y'all. We've been here before. We got this aluminum tank vac truck back in the shop. Worked on this several times before. We've been patching and doodabbing on it for quite a while. The tank's definitely got some issues. Got some thin spots. In between the times that I've worked on it and patched where it leaked, they got a lot of hauling done with it. So for the money that they've put in it patching it so far, it hasn't hurt them for the little bit of time that I've taken welding some patches on there. You can see there in the red where they painted on it. That is a little bit to the left of where I patched on it before. There's a hole in it again, and that's the reason that we've got it here now. We got it drained out, and we're going to be doing some more aluminum welding on it. And the one thing that I'm going to have to watch a little bit extra this time, they were hauling some petroleum products in this thing. The last time I worked on it, they had been hauling brine water in it. So we're going to have to take a little bit extra precautions. And we've been through that before. There's a lot of techniques for making them safe. A lot of times I'll run the truck exhaust into the tank. Using the exhaust pipe and filling the tank with exhaust, as long as you're absolutely sure that you've evacuated all traces of oxygen from the tank, then you know that she ain't going to blow. There's other methods. None of them are safe. You just, you pick your battles and you make your decisions and go from there. But I don't recommend anybody weld on a tank that had any petroleum products in it whatsoever. So, that's kind of my disclaimer. I've got a patch I put up here. I'm using the ARCCAPTAIN MIG250 with an aluminum spool gun and some 035 diameter 4043 MIG wire. And starting out, everything was going really good. And then I was welding along the right side of this patch. Made a test pass, made sure I could reach as far as I wanted to finish it, but I didn't get that far. And you see what happened right there? She blew out on me. And there is contamination and deterioration behind there, so severe that I wasn't able to seal it off, and I ended up adding a third patch. Now, in the process of putting the third patch on there, I still, in 2 spots, was not able to run a good hot bead all the way around it without burning into contamination that was blowing me out. And it's kind of a sad time for a tank repair whenever you got to try not to penetrate the material. But the fact was, in those 2 spots, you can see the 2 spots where I had trouble, where it's real lumpy. In those 2 spots, if I got any penetration into the aluminum whatsoever, it just hit contamination and blew back at me with pressure, and a molten weld puddle won't weld over that. So, you know, there you are, kind of stuck. And what I did was I dabbed on it and got it sealed off. And the way it's sealed off right here in this final image, I was able to turn the vac system wide open with full pressure inside of the tank and spray it with soapy water, and it's not leaking. Now, it's not going to last. And I have talked to the people in charge of this operation since then, and they've got another one of these trucks ordered. And when I filmed the very ending section of this video, I didn't know that, but I know that now. And anyway, we can go on to the end section. But since they've got another truck ordered, the plan is that when that other truck comes in, they'll probably be a lot easier to shut this truck down for several days, and we'll get it fixed right. But at this point right now, it's just not the time to do that. We'll do that at a more opportune time. So here's where we're at with this tank. This is a situation where I need to talk to the customer. It's a weekend. They're expecting to be able to use this thing next week. They're going to be able to. But with current situation being the fact that we've got patches on top of patches here, and we've got patches from previous repairs that are so thin, I can't run a hot bead of weld over them without blowing a hole through it. So that area being probably the fact, if you look where the vacuum pump blows down, this hose right here at the end of my finger, it's blowing down into that tank, and that is probably blowing, as it's worked, brine and debris and stuff that's in the oil or whatever they've blown in, sucked into the tank. It's blowing straight across or straight down and into that spot. And here's the thing. We got a bunch of area there that's war thin, that's got several patches on it. And we don't know how big of an area that is. So the way that you would need to go about things to find out how big that area is and where the thicker material is, you're going to have to start cutting holes, drilling holes, making the thing leak to get a look to see just how big of a repair it's going to take. Now, currently, the customer is not expecting that. They're expecting me to weld up a leak in the tank and have it done this weekend and be able to use the truck Monday. Well, I can tell you this much. When I realized that I wasn't going to be able to run hot beads over everything, I went to the thinnest places where it was blowing through, and I kind of danced over top of that cold and added filler material in a way that It's going to stop it from leaking for now. And that vacuum pump is capable of discharging and making suction with a tremendous amount of pressure and volume. And I put the vacuum pump on blow with all the valves shut in the tank and the cap on the back, and I can blow soapy water on the place that I just welded, and it's not leaking. That means next week this truck will be operable. It's not leaking, but it ain't going to last long. And that's why I'm just going to leave it for now. It's not leaking. I've got it sealed up, and Monday morning when I can talk to these guys, then I can explain to them that this is going to possibly require a little bit more work than you're going to be able to just knock out in a weekend. And we'll make plans to get it fixed right and fix it so it'll last. Or maybe they'll decide to trade it in or replace the tank. You know, I don't know how good of a truck it is. I'm not in tune with that part of it, but that's their call to make. I want to thank y'all for watching, and learn how to work with what you got. That way you always have everything you need.